It's like I've said to parents, you may not be the only voice in your child's ear, so make sure you're the best voice in your child's ear. And that's kind of how I feel about the Bishop T.D. Jakes television show, because there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of clutter out there. There's a lot of people expressing opinions out there on the internet, digitally, and on broadcast television. But think about the millions of lives that can be touched by an hour a day turning on their television set and getting to spend that time with T.D. Jakes. And I'll tell you, and I don't want to embarrass you, because I know you're a very humble man, but it's like if somebody is sitting at home and they're wanting to get some help, some counsel, and they open up a phone book, go to the yellow pages, and they look under counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist, or whatever. There's just a list of names there. They don't know anything about those people. They don't know what this person believes or doesn't believe, what their training is and not. And even if somebody is a doctor, you know, what do they call the person that graduates last in their class at medical school? Doctor. You know, you don't know.
Right.
You don't know good from whatever. But here's somebody they do know something about. They do know your history. They don't have to speculate about you. They measure you. They can measure you over the last 40 years of your life, what you have done, what you have meant, what lives you have touched. And now they can have you in their living room for free every day to just sit down and say, let's talk about things that matter to people who care. And to me, that's what you do. You find out, you seek those people that you know their value system, you know their heart, you know their history. And if they're talking about things that are important in your life, marriage, family, parenting, challenges that you face in the workplace or at home, and they're going to talk about it. They're going to put verbs in their sentences. They're going to be very clear. And that is the absolute embodiment of T.D. Jakes in this television show, which is why I'm here to support it. It's why I endorse it and recommend it to everybody in America. So that's what you do. That's what you do to fight all of that clutter. There's a difference between quantity and quality. This is quality, that is quantity. And that's what you do. You find those places that you can know and you can trust.
You know, I've tried to live my life on purpose, and I have really watched people like you and Oprah and others who use the vehicle to project the voice, to provide options for people. So many people need an option within reach. They can't afford a therapist, even if they could figure out a good one, you know? But just to get a little tip or tool that will help you with your daughter or help you with your son or your wife is something that you inspired. And I want to add my version, my flavor of it to daytime television. And he's being modest, but he'd let me be on his show and practice on his people. And I don't know what kind of hate mail he may have gotten, but I prayed for you that you'd get safely home every night.
There was none. there was none. And you know, I hope people don't think that this is an hour of preaching from you every day, because that's what you do better than I think anybody on the globe. But the truth is, you meet people where they are with a symbol system that they can relate to. And if that is speaking to people in the spiritual realm, you'll speak to them in the spiritual realm. If it's speaking to them in the secular realm, you'll meet them in the spiritual realm. That's what it's all about. It's meeting people where they are with what they need in that moment. And you do that better than anybody I've ever met.
This guy's amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you.